Good evening. So my name is Sam Bender, and in this tutorial I'm going to go over a special type which is a string type, and this type is a reference type as opposed to what we previously went over, which were value types being integer, double, etc. So you follow the same syntax when creating a string as you would an integer. Let's say int the year equals 2016. Right? If you want to do a string value, you could do string current president equals, and you double quotes, Barack Obama. I think it's how you spell Barack. So you will do the type, which is string, the name of your variable, which is current president, double quotes, and then inside the double quotes would be your string value. So string is just an array of characters. So these are our characters, and there are 0 index. So the B would be the 0, the A would be the 1, the R would be the 2, the A would be the 3, the C would be the 4, the K would be the 5, the space would be the 6. And there's a bunch of cool methods that are associated with string. So if I typed in current president, press tab, press dot, it would go ahead and enumerate all of those methods that you could use. So you could see the length of that. Let's go ahead and save that in a variable. And the length of our string. And CW, quick and easy way to do console.writeline, tab tab, pass in the length, control F5, and there are 12 characters in our string. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Another one that you'll probably use would be making it all to upper or to lower. So you follow that same type of syntax. Let's go ahead and print that to the console. Control C, Control V, and let's take our current president variable. Let's do .to upper. That will make it every single character in uppercase, and this will display it to the console in lowercase. Control S, Control F5. As you can see, it did exactly that. At first, that's the length. That's our string variable in uppercase. That's our string variable in all of lowercase. Another thing you may use if you wanted to know where a certain letter was within the index. So we could do our future our current president variable. We would do .index of, and we want to know where that first A is. And that would be in index 1. Remember, it's 0 base. The B is in 0, that first A would be in 1. As you can see, it's right there. It's a 1. So strings are very useful. A good little thing to know about strings is that strings are immutable. That's just a fancy way of saying that strings cannot more or less change once they are created, and so every time we modify the value of a string variable, then a new memory is allocated on the value, and the previous memory allocation is released. So if I were to consistently change this current president value, let's say current president then this would be 2 reference points in memory. This would now be what you call an orphan string. So it still exists until the garbage collection comes over and delist it because it's no longer referenced in memory, but it's still hanging around for a while because you don't really know when garbage collection is going to happen unless you use a finalizer, which would ensure that it happens. But current president would now refer to Donald Trump. So let's go ahead and see what happens when we press Control F5. See, it's been changed. The first A is in 0, 1, 2, 3, right there. And so the Barack Obama current president string variable is just sitting out there floating in memory. And so if you want to change it again, now that Donald Trump variable, or value rather, would also just be floating in memory. So the reason that you wouldn't use strings if you're consistently manipulating the string values and just changing it all the time, you would use something called a string builder under system.txt string builder, and that was basically designed for that exact problem. It's designed to have a concept of a mutable string, where a variety of operations can be performed without allocating separate memory locations for the modified string. So that's actually a pretty common interview question. They'll say, what's the difference between system.string and system.txt.string builder classes? And you'll say system.string is immutable. So when we modify the value of a string variable, then a new memory is allocated to the new value and the previous memory allocation is released. And so system.string builder, as mentioned, that was designed to assuage that exact same predicament, so that we could have the concept of a mutable string, where when you want to manipulate those string values, that can be performed easily and without allocation of separate memory locations for the modified string. So just something to take from this tutorial is string is a reference type variable, and it's immutable, and the string values are indexed from 0 to n, 0 to infinity, or the length of your string, really. It's just an array of characters. So I'll go over string builder in a later tutorial, but go home, I'll code alongside as I do this and play with strings, create a bunch of them, and just get used to doing that. String, name of our variable, and the value. So thank you very much. If you enjoyed, go ahead and subscribe. I'll continue to make more of these tutorials, and they'll get more and more advanced the farther you go through them. So thank you very much.